Hello and welcome to Plate Stack Chat with myself, Jason. Now, you know I love some Grid League chat, and while the 2025 season might be over, the New York Wolves are running ahead to the 2026 one, announcing multiple signings already, and two of the latest are on the show today. Just before we introduce them, a quick reminder, Strivey, our wonderful sponsor of the show, well, they're actually running a limited time offer throughout September, so if you'd like to check them out now, it would be a great time. You might be able to get 3 months at a discount. But the moment we've been waiting for are two new Wolves. So first up, we have a realtor and reel maker by day and heavy barbell picker-upper the rest of the time. She is a strength specialist now for the Wolves. Please welcome McKayla O'Connell.
Hi.
Hi, McKayla. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. I've been looking forward to this, but you are not alone. We've got to bring on your, I believe, kind of partner in crime even before you were signed for the Wolves. So I need to find out a little bit more about this. It is the newest announced utility player for the Wolves. You might have seen her coaching. You might have seen her at CrossFit events like the Syndicate Crown. And if you're one of her students, well, you might have even seen her teaching science in the classroom. But next season, well, we're all going to get to see her on the grid. It is Sydney Pawlak.
Hi.
Yeah, there's no favoritism here, but clearly, okay.
Ben is
so Benjamin. I'm assuming. I'd not come across the name Pawlak before, and now I've seen it twice.
That would be my brother.
It's your brother.
It's my brother.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, wow, it's nice that your brother's supporting you like this.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he's the only one in the chat. Usually the whole family is blowing it up.
We can expect them to turn up at some point.
Yeah, there might be some more Pawlak appearances.
I apologize. I'm in the UK. I've got a window in front of me and it's pitch dark outside.
Oh my gosh.
So winter's coming, everyone.
No.
Right. I just moved my notes away where I had very few questions on there, but just a few things I might want to reference later. So let me just bring them back. So I'm going to start. I had this later down on my thing, but let's ask about it now. Spaghetti and Meatball. So when I was speaking to Sam about, who should I get on from the Wolves? You've been announcing all these players. It's like, I've got an idea. Spaghetti and Meatball. And he didn't even say anything else. It was just that. And you hadn't been announced at this time, so it's not even like, oh, that must be. Then I found out who you were. Okay, so it was very kind of the Wolves to let me know in advance, and I kept that secret. So look, I'm so very trustworthy. But I'm yet to understand this nickname and how it has come about. So I think we need to address that before, because otherwise it will just be in the back of my mind the whole time. So,
do you know which is spaghetti and which is meatball?
I believe you are Meatball, McKayla.
I am Meatball.
Yes, and I'm the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Well, by a process of elimination, I also was able to work that one out.
Yes. We met through Sam last year at Fight for the Fittest. They needed an extra girl on the team, and he reached out, and then Ray, her coach, reached out, and we immediately clicked as friends. And then we did a partner comp fight Fittest of the Coast together. And we were before we even planned on that, we knew our team name had to be Spaghetti and Meatball because she towers over me. And I'm just like a short little meatball, which some of the people at my gym call me Meatball as well.
Yeah, so McKayla was Meatball first.
I was already a meatball.
Before we even met, yes. She introduced herself to me. She was like, so we're going to do this comp together. We've never met, but you should know, number one, I can't swim. So you're going to have to do all the swimming. And number two, I'm just the meatball.
Yeah.
I'll lift all the heavy weights. And I was like, okay, cool. So we met the day of the comp. And McKayla said, we just clicked instantly and we had such a fun time. And then we were calling her Meatball, and then we needed a team name for Fittest of the Coast. And I was like, well, if you're Meatball, I'm Spaghetti. And we didn't even realize at first, her name's McKayla and she's the Meatball and I'm Sydney and I'm the Spaghetti. We didn't even plan that. It just worked. It worked so perfectly. So now we've gone to visit each other, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're Sydney Spaghetti."
Yeah.
Sydney Spaghetti. That wow.
Yeah.
That's just because they're too like embarrassed to ask how to say your name. They don't want to say Pawlak or something like that, and they're not going to ask.
I'm cool with
Oh,
Sydney.
and I've seen there's another Pawlak in the
Yep.
chat.
My mom, Christy Pawlak, has arrived.
And that's why I just wanted to make sure she knows I do know it's Pawlak. And I didn't just say it wrong. That was just an example. But from now on, it's Sydney Spaghetti, which is nice. It's funny because I was trying to work out where it would have come about, and ironically, on the grid, you've already got Vida. That's also referred to as a meatball. We actually had the meatball show like recently where 2 others that were meatballs. So I was like, okay, I've come across this idea of
How many meatballs?
Meatballs are just, strong and they move weight, and that makes sense. And I was like, what's the spaghetti side? Like, that's what I was trying to work out. Like, is she like really good on the rig? Is she just like tall? How tall are you?
I think like 5'11" and change ish.
Yeah. You're gonna stand out on the grid because I'm short, and I had the pleasure of going to the championships and the playoffs and finally meeting all these people like face to face. I'm realizing that I'm average height when I'm surrounded by people on the grid. There are those taller than me. There are also those shorter than me, which rarely happens. So you will tower over people. I believe.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I grew up as a competitive gymnast, and I was always the tallest girl out there. So
right. So there's a couple of people later. I'll send you a message like, I need you to get a picture with this person and this person, just to see where you stack up. Then we've got the tallest and the shortest players on the grid, and I'd just like to see where you are in that scale. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So that's why Sam was saying he's sort of responsible for this friendship as well. He's claiming it, by the way. I don't know if you know that he claims
he deserves to claim it.
He definitely does.
I don't even think he knew the trouble he was getting into when he put us together.
No, it was putting two yapper, 2 ADHD crazy girls together.
Wow. If he didn't know that then, I mean, he's going to learn that very soon.
He's going to learn. They're going to learn. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, what have we done?
So you can't swim, McKayla. That's something I've just learned.
Okay, like I can swim. I could tread water. But I am a sink. Like I just sink. Like when I swim, the back end it just goes down.
Too strong. You're just too strong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like my legs are too big. Like I just sink like a ship. So luckily I didn't need to do any swimming at that comp because my spaghetti took it all for me. And Reese, who was a collegiate swimmer, killed it. But for fittest of the coast, I had to swim because I was elite indie. There was no saving. I had to do it. I had to. So I did swim. I finished the whole workout under the time cap. So I can swim. I just cannot swim well. That's all.
That's okay. That's okay.
Neither can I, for the record. I am not a swimmer either.
Oh, and no.
It was McKayla was like, no, I really can't swim. And I was like, no, McKayla, I can't swim either. She was like, seriously, you're going to do the whole thing.
She's spaghetti. If you leave her in the water for too long, she goes like all soggy and slimy.
Yes.
You can't do that. That's not.
And then I was like, I don't know. I have this weird thing about getting water up my nose. So I showed up to this comp with snorkel goggles.
I have the picture.
It's so funny.
Where is
Willa
it?
didn't swim. We have this other guy who's an elite collegiate swimmer. I'm wearing my snorkel goggles, looking like an idiot. But
how do I show this beautiful picture of Sydney with her dang snorkels?
I don't wear the snorkel goggles anymore. I have graduated from those.
Graduated, yeah.
You can't. I don't know. I need to figure out how to You can't.
Oh my gosh. That's my contact. That's so mean.
Is that every time she calls you? Oh no.
Yes, I do have so many great pictures with her, but that just has to stay.
Okay. Well, good news is there's no swimming on the grid as of yet.
I'm very happy about that.
And anyway, I mean, being good at swimming, like within the CrossFit realm, is always relative anyway.
Yeah.
They used to have they still have, although change of ownership now, so who knows? But there has been for many years an event, Strength and Depth Origins, that is a 12-person team competition that is made up from your gym. So everyone has to be a member at the same gym, and that is sort of the whole concept. Is you might have like 2 amazing athletes at your gym, but if you have to put together a team of 12, strength in depth, how good is your gym overall? And it was at the Bath University, so close here. They have a swimming pool, and so every year there would have been like, they would divide the team in half, and like 6 would have to go and do the pool workout, and 6 would go and do like the track workout. So it was already like 6 of you have to go and swim. And quite often it would be like, oh, okay, well, we've got to use this one because we need to use the other person over here. Like, so there's a lot of strategy. But because it's at the university, they had the lifeguards that work at the university. So they're there watching kind of all the other swimming events that go on. And I was doing media there. So I was just sort of chatting to them and asking their opinion on the CrossFit swimming. They were
I'm sure they were like,
they were not kind, but there were 1 or 2. There were some that were like ex-swimmers and were amazing. But when you're running 6 people through, like, you know that there's going to be some weak swimmers on that team. And so he's like, are these people like, I'm like, go and see them grab a barbell. They're amazing. But,
I swear we're athletes.
Here we go. I don't want to say, McKayla, that people aren't coming for you, but no, I'm just noticing.
Most of my people are working right now.
I don't know what that says about the Pawlak tribe.
Work, but no, after school hours, everyone's home.
Is everyone a teacher?
No, well, no. I'm a teacher. I'm the oldest, and then I have 2 younger sisters who are in college, so like they'll have classes during the day. And then I have a younger brother who's in high school, so he's out of school now. And then my parents my dad works from home, and my mom's, I think she's off today.
Nice.
Yeah, my dad's a truck driver, so he can probably listen, but he's not going to be typing. And my mom's a school teacher, but she is usually in meetings after school. And I don't know.
What you don't know is their meetings like Sydney's meeting she's got today.
Right.
Your mum's out there doing podcasts.
She's been on more podcasts than me. She's a games athlete for CrossFit, so she's unreal. Not even on here to listen to me. Crazy.
Yeah, we'll have to go and look up who your mum is later, but that's fine. That's that's work for another day. Okay, well, I'm glad we've established the friendship. That's nice. So this will it's interesting because obviously it's only a tiny part of a bigger team, but there's been a lot of talk, particularly the last 2 seasons, about team cohesion and how well the team work together. And you might have great individual athletes, but when you put them together and they're working as a team, how are they? So you guys already having this friendship to start with, it's probably then easier to bring other people in as well. Oh, here we are. See the people too. Okay, who's this?
I think that is my friend Emily. Her dog's name is Fig, so that would be my guess.
Okay. Don't worry, McKayla. We will get someone here for you.
Okay. Arguably, I didn't send out the link until probably 2 minutes before. I was like, by the way, go watch this.
Okay, I've just added a comment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, did I? No, I thought I spelled your name wrong for a second. That would have been the worst thing. Okay, very good. So, congratulations. You are now on the New York Wolves, both of you. So I've got questions about this. Lots of questions about this, actually. And we haven't mentioned as well, keen-eyed viewers will have noticed that you are matching as well. You also...
We did not plan it.
It was not planned.
That's just how in sync you are.
We share one brain cell.
Literally.
Oh, dear. That's worrying, but we'll move on. I'm curious then. Oh, we've got another Pawlak in the chat. This is...
Oh, Sophia's.
Yeah. So that's your sister, I'm guessing then?
One of them, yep.
Oh, yeah, you said you got 2, right? Okay. It's your favorite one because she's here in the chat. Yeah. So I'm curious about your history with Grid League in general. Like, were you across it beforehand? I know many kind of, it was bigger, then it shrunk a little bit. Now it's gotten bigger again. And you both have sort of been in the CrossFit and fitness space for a while now. So were you already kind of across Grid anyway, watching it, following it, or is this like all new for you?
Do you want me to go or?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. I mean, I know of Grid. I've had some like Grid teams over the years, like while they're mid-season, reach out to me for strength specialists, and I just never. I was like, no, like especially mid-season with my job with real estate and planning weddings. I was like, I can't just like up and go. So that's the extent of it. So I've never done Grid before. I've seen it. I've watched it. I think it's so cool and fun. So when Sam reached out and said that they were starting a team in New York, I was like, oh, well, that's intriguing. And then he said my spaghetti was on the team. And I was like, she was down here for my birthday. And we were at dinner talking. And I was like, all right, I'm doing it. If you're doing it, I'm doing it.
Right. It's interesting because I've noticed that food has played a big role in getting players, speaking to other teams as well. And this, I'm going on the technicality that it's because Spaghetti was involved, you are involved. So I'm going to link that to kind of it's food related once again. It's interesting then. So Sydney, you were signed first, or you signed up at the same time, but or you were actually already like all in, even where, like regardless of if Meatball was joining, you were,
Yeah, I was in. So I've like same thing. I've kind of like I've seen Grid before. I've watched it, and I had a couple teams reach out in the past, but they were farther. They were Florida and Vegas. So the idea of like traveling that far, especially being a teacher, it's hard to get time off. So I was like, it's not going to work out for me, but it's super cool to watch. So I'm going to watch and like be jealous that I can't be doing it. And then as soon as I saw they announced a New York team, I was like, I'm in. And then I found out that Sam was going to be a part of it. And I was like, this is even better. I've known Sam for years. Like one of my very first ever CrossFit competitions, I think I was like 19 or 20, Sam and Kelly were running. It was one of their Fight for the Fittest events. And like the first day I met him, like we just got along really well. He was super supportive of me, and he's kind of been following me, watching my fitness ever since then. So I saw that there was going to be a New York team, and Sam knew me, and all the pieces just fell right in.
Yeah. So when Sam came on the show, it was very early with kind of what they were able to do, but he was very much kind of, I've got a lot of names in mind. There's people I've been. I very much got the impression that if anyone had ever stepped foot on the competition floor that he ran, if they were good, he was, they were on a list. He has a list somewhere where he's just sort of checking in on these people. So it's nice to kind of see that come to fruition now, and actually, this is how that worked. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm thinking like for you, McKayla, is this? I feel bad to again go back to swimming, but like this is the dream, right? This is you get to just go and do the kind of heavy stuff, the stuff you want to do, and not have to do. Obviously, there's no swimming in Grid, but in general, like.
I mean, I was an elite weightlifter for 7 years, so I did just weightlifting. That's where, and then before that, I was a figure skater. I moved away from home for figure skating. So like. Weightlifting, I loved. I kind of got bored with it. That's why I went into CrossFit, because I wanted to, I wanted to look like a CrossFitter, and I just wanted something different. But I think what's cool about Grid is it like encompasses like mainly what my strength is, which is heavy, and also still like CrossFit and team and speed. So it is. I'm super excited for it. And I was saying to Sam, like, I'm excited to be in that like team aspect, because I've always just been such an individual athlete my entire athletic career, from the time I was 4 years old to like now.
Yeah. And then they're going to keep putting you in ringer points, and you'll be like, oh, I'm on my own again. I'm now. What are you doing? Yeah. I mean, and And I think when I say like the heavy stuff, it is obviously there are the Olympic lifts and you've got like the ladders and stuff like that. But what's also interesting is seeing the strength specialists doing even things like, you know, the rope, like they were having to do like an L-sit rope climb with a med ball.
Oh, yeah.
And it was interesting to see, you know, obviously bodyweight specialists were doing that because they were very good at that, but also a lot of strength specialists can step up and do that because they're like, I'm really strong and I can pull when I have to, like that. So it's just kind of nice seeing you being able to use your strength, yes, in what you used to train doing as a weightlifter, but also then, okay, I can do CrossFit moves and I'm strong, so I can do kind of heavy CrossFit stuff.
Yeah, all my wheelhouse things. Give it to me instead of.
Well, that's my point. That's it. It's that, isn't it? It's just a compilation of like wheelhouse movements for everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have also Lauren Olsen.
Lauren, I love Lauren.
Well, do you still love her? I mean, you're on rival teams now.
I know. I still love her. I love everyone.
That is the great thing as well. Is like all the teams, as much as they like kind of bicker back and forth a little bit, when they're all there, everybody seems to love everybody. It's very nice and positive, as you know, at the moment. Once, you know, the big investors come in and there's loads of money on the line, maybe that will change. But at the moment, everybody's friendly, which is nice. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I just think that's I'm always intrigued when people are like going in for their rookie season of grid, like kind of, is that the appeal? Is it, I can go and just do the stuff it's kind of like getting to cherry pick your workouts, right? You're like going in and being like, today it's just a long endurance day. You know, I might stay home and do something else, versus kind of being like, it's just all the stuff I'm good at and all the stuff I like to do. You're a utility player though, Sydney, so you have to do everything.
Yeah.
Are there particular, I mean, I don't know if I should ask if there's particular strengths and things we expect to see from you. Your competition might be listening, but Lauren's here. With regards to like the utility movements, are there, because I feel like you've got your body weight, you've got your strength specialists, which I would also divide into like two categories of like really good on a barbell and then just really strong. So like odd object stuff and, you know, yoke carries and things like that, throwing sandbags and that. Bodyweight specialists, I would also sort of split them up into absolutely ridiculous gymnastic skills that they should not be allowed to do and can just move their body at an insane speed. So like it's more, you know, simpler movements, burpees, things like that, but they're just ridiculously fast. And then with the utility, I feel like that's where you kind of get this broader spectrum of a very like a really strong utility player or a really kind of good moving their body utility player. Where are we putting you in
I
that?
can tell you, you will not see me on the burpees.
No?
I've been working on the burpees, but you will not see me on those. I'm like you said, like I'm a tall athlete, especially for a female. So no matter how like hard I try, my 5'11" self is not doing burpees as fast as my 5'2" meatball. So definitely I do have a gymnastics background, so I'm excited for some of the more technical gymnastics type stuff. And then, but I also like, I have a bigger frame too. So I love Olympic lifting. So I'm excited for some of that stuff. I kind of like the almost unknown of it, of being a utility player, where it's like, you know, and it also may vary match to match, like the way it's formatted, like maybe this match, the team's going to need me more to do this. And then another time I'm going to be needed more for this. So the anticipation of, you know, I have multiple things I can do. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. How much are you guys like brushing up on the rules of grid and things like, you know, player substitutions and when you can put people in and how many races they can run and stuff like that? Are you looking into that at all, or are you just like, that's not, you know, I'm just going to go when they tell me when to go and I don't need to worry about any of that?
I think that's coming down the line pretty soon. Like the past like month has been like, we did the combine and we've had like the signings this month and more like the paperwork, like all that kind of stuff. But like the teams we're all so excited right now. We're just kind of like enjoying it. And then I think probably in the next few weeks, we'll get more into like that technical type stuff and that.
Sam and Lexi will start sending out homework We're like,
yes,
right,
I'm so excited.
Probably.
I'm such a nerd. I asked her already. I was like, do you have any stuff I can start doing? I want to start now.
You look like you wanted to say
throw
something.
me to the wolves. I'm like, here we go. I'll figure it out. Sink or swim.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you will just be. It's one of the things when I speak to like coaches for grid, the kind of the difference of coaching a grid team during a match and being like a CrossFit coach at an event is even at the games, their coach can't do anything for them. It's like, you're on the floor now. That's it. And they just basically carry their bags all weekend and make sure they eat. And that's sort of all the coaching happens before you get there. Whereas within grid, like the coaching is very in the moment. It's changes getting made on the fly. It's them having to kind of adapt because something happened earlier in a race that means the plan they had for the next race is going to change, or making sure you guys are standing in the right spot when someone else is doing their reps. It's all that kind of stuff. So, but it's loud, so I hope you can hear well.
Oh God. Sydney knows what I'm like.
If there are rules to understand and follow, Sydney is your girl. Okay.
That is true. I'm usually, whenever we do like team comps and stuff, I'm the one that's like, oh, I've read the whole rule book. I know all this stuff. So I will learn.
Are you putting your hand up during the briefings when people are like, "Are there
Oh
any?"
my gosh, that is me. That is absolutely me.
Yeah, it's like, in case of this really rare thing happens, what's it? Like,
my family is definitely all cracking up right now because, like, yes, I'm like that in CrossFit, but also like that at home. Like, literally, like, we'll be trying to play a board game, and I'm like, what's the rule? What's the penalty? Like, I take things very seriously.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's why they've partnered the two of you up. I'm assuming that'll be the...
Yes, because I'm like,
McKayla just shows up and she's like, tell me what to do.
I'm like, what are we doing? What do you want me to do? If you tell me to run through a wall, I will do it. I won't ask questions. I'll just do it.
Yeah. Because I think then, I mean, I don't know you, but my observation, so this year there were quite a few rookies. We had a rookie team that had a number of rookies, but also some experience. One of the things I think, especially if you're coming from like competing in general in CrossFit and things like that, once you're like doing a movement, you're kind of okay. All right. So it's like, if I'm picking up the barbell, I know how to do this movement. I know the movement standard, and I've just got to do 12 reps. No problem. It's things like on partner forward being like, okay, while your partner's doing their reps, you need to be standing here. And if you're not standing here, none of their reps count. And it's things like that you see people making mistakes. It's kind of, what are you doing when they're working? Because normally, like in CrossFit, that doesn't matter, right? Usually it's like, well, if they're working, I'm standing here. Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? Like, I'm here.
What to do, I'll do it. I just need to be told, and it'll be like, we'll get there, you'll tell me, and then I'm going to be like, all right, so I'm confirming that I am standing here at this time, and then I go there.
But that's why we're a good pair, because I'll know what I have to do, and I'll know what McKayla has to do, and I'll be her reminder. So it's great that we're on the team.
You're doing this now.
If we see like a little earpiece during the rip, we'll know who's on the other end of that.
Why do they have those in? It's like, just because McKayla, like, my friends, even at home, like when we go places, they always joke. They're like, we need to put like a balloon on me, because like I'll just start wandering or going somewhere. I'm just like floating.
Nice. So you're saying the team's very excited. You're kind of doing all the paperwork, stuff like that. Is there like an understanding of, I don't even know how to express this. So I've been following Grid for a few years now. We had the Bandits as a new team this year, and the Aces and the Lions merging. The Wolves announcing that they were going to have a team in 2026, like earlier on in the season, and then being at, having a presence at pretty much every match of the season, and then sharing clips of it, and like really having this kind of social media machine running behind the scenes. Like, the team doesn't even exist yet, and they were already doing so much. is there an awareness of that among the team that this is different? Like this isn't what normally happens, and or is it just like, well, we don't know any better. This is just how we assume it always works. But like at the moment, and I might be wrong on there might have been some, I don't think I'm wrong. The only players like 100% we know that are gonna be on the grid next season are Wolves players. Like that's the only announcements of like confirmed these people are signed for 2026. Speaking personally with other players, I've heard people say, well, yeah, of course I'm coming back. As long as they have me, I'm back, and my intention is to be back. But until you see that kind of contract written out that I'm back, we don't know. So this feels strange, like that we know so much about the team. I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's better for me that we know. But I'm just curious as to, like, as the team, do you know all of this? Do you feel this? Are you being told, like, look, we've got this, like, we're approaching this in a different way? Or are you just like, I'm just a player and I'm just doing what I'm told?
I feel like part of me is I'm like, I don't know any better, but also I know how Sam is. And he's like, because I know how Sam is, like, I'm like, this just makes sense because he's very organized and very like planning, like, which is what I also like. It's like he's super like communicative and plans ahead and is so good with his social media and with his events that he already runs to make sure that it's getting out there. That it like doesn't shock me that he's like in it.
Yeah. It doesn't come as a surprise, but I think we're definitely aware. I mean, McKayla and I both go way back with Sam, and I know like a lot of the people on the team already, they do know Sam fairly well. So I think we all just have this understanding of like, everyone's very invested in this team, like, and are excited about it. I feel like they would have started signing people in March if they could have. Like, we were so excited. We were just waiting and waiting for us to start being able to sign people. So, and I think because we're a new team, we wanted to get the ball rolling earlier so we can get ahead of things.
Yeah. Well, because I've been speculating a lot, and anytime someone comes on within the grid space, I'm asking. I won't so much ask you guys because you're new to it, but when I've had the other teams on and the other players, because we've known the Wolves are coming, I'm like, there has to be someone else, right? Like that something else has to change because we can't have an odd number of teams. So either we have an odd number of teams and they completely change the whole structure of the season and the way it works, or there's another team. But if there's another team, like, look at what the Wolves are doing. They're already signing all the players. How are you going to find people? Like, fair enough, all the teams are going to have to find some players to fill gaps. That's sort of, the usual. But finding some players to fill gaps is not the same as forming an entirely new team. And I get the impression from speaking with Sam and Lexi and different ones, it was like, we need to kind of pull Sam back. If it was up to Sam, he would already have been signing. Like, he wanted to announce everything and be signing people like before the championships had finished.
Yes.
Let's at least let the championships finish. Let's finish the season and then go. So it doesn't surprise me that you're saying yes, that's exactly how he is. But no, I'm so intrigued to see if. Well, today they announced new owners of the Lions, so that's a change, but that's not a change of like a team going away or coming. That's a change within a team that already exists. So still waiting to see what happens. I've heard some crazy rumors, so
oh boy.
we will wait and see if any of that is true. But yeah, exciting times. So you kind of knew you were already joining. You know, announcements had to be held back and wait for things to become official. When you knew, and I won't ask when exactly you knew, but from the time you knew, did you have the opportunity to watch any grid league kind of from then on? And if you had the opportunity, did you do it?
I'll go. Yeah. So honestly, as soon as they announced that the New York Wolves was going to be a team, I was like, Oh, I'm all in. So I watched all of this past season. I watched most of the matches. And then the championship weekend was the weekend we were both at the age group CrossFit Games. So we were like, I was juggling back and forth between we'll go to a CrossFit, one of their games events, and then we would come back to our Airbnb and we'd be watching grid at the house, and then we would do CrossFit and grid. It was a busy weekend. But yeah, so I've been following it quite a bit this past season.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You, McKayla?
I don't have a whole lot of time to watch anything. I like to stack my plate very full. But I do watch it. I'm aware of how it works. I just don't watch like it from like start to finish, but I do watch it. And I know a lot of people on the grid, especially the Sharks team. I know a lot of those people like Chelsea and the other Sydney and Kelsey and everything. So like, yeah, so I know like a lot of people, which is fun to just like watch them. And then knowing that like I'm going to be doing it, I'm like, oh, look, more friends. I know we're like rivals, but like whatever. It's still exciting.
Yeah. I mean, the Lions and the Sharks had like Airbnbs that were next to each other, and that was the championship match. It was against those two, and they still seemed friendly afterwards. So I
hope so. I feel
like a good sign.
There's no reason for anyone to be like not friendly. Like you have your competition mode, obviously. But
yeah, but I also think because it's a sport, and and CrossFit's the same, and a lot of these kind of a lot of these style of sports are the same, that there's nothing you can do to impact somebody else, right? Like you can run your race and that's it. And I think it makes it easier to maintain those friendships, because it's like, all right, we're going against each other, but it's not that you tripped me in the match. You didn't do something to me that I'm like, how could you do that? We're supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, you were faster than me, I couldn't catch you.
And that's like,
I will next time. That's kind of it, right?
That's how it should be. I always like tell people, even in real estate, because like I'm just a very competitive person in general.
Right.
I'm on a team for real estate, and I'm making sure I do the most volume and the most whatever, but I want everyone to be at their best. And that's how I've been in figure skating and weightlifting and in CrossFit. I'm like, I don't want someone not to be at their best. I just want to be better. And if I'm not, then I wasn't for that day. And it's like, that's just going to push me to be better. Like there's no reason that anyone should be nasty. I don't like them.
No, just be careful around Lauren, because she's uncomfortable even with the trash.
I love Lauren. I feel like I met her at MetCon, and her energy, I feel like, is very similar to mine. She's just like a fun bubble of energy. Always dancing, busting moves.
She is always dancing.
That's also me and Sid. Like
right in.
Oh yeah,
constantly dancing.
I don't know what's happened the last year, but I've seen more dancing on the grid last season than, and a lot of it is because of the Bandits. I'll be honest with you, Lauren.
Lauren bringing the energy.
Lauren, Matt.
Oh, bubbles.
them like literally, yeah. There we are. Unbelievable. Okay, that's great. So Sydney, you've been watching it. That's fine. McKayla's busy. She's doing reps of real estate. She's got no time to be watching the Matt for sure. Yes, I know.
Watch it. The season starts. My like work season slows down in like the middle of November until February. So I'll binge watch.
Well, the great thing about it is it's so much easier to watch and like catch up on than like, oh, I missed the age group CrossFit Games, I need to catch up on that. And it's like, okay, now I've got to watch, scan through hours of content to find events, to find it. Whereas with the grid matches, it's like you can watch the race, you can kind of skip the talking and jump to the next race if you want. Apart from if you're watching the playoffs or championship matches, because I was there on the stream, so you can watch those bits. That's fine. All the rest of the ones you could just skip. Who cares? No one needs to hear what Dan's got to say. You can skip that. And I found, because obviously like time zone stuff as well, and I was doing recaps the next day after so I was having to watch all 4 matches to then be able to have like a 1.5 minute video recapping all these matches. And I would be like watching, if I'd missed one of them because I was out in the day and I would come back and start watching them, I'd be watching one of them live. And as soon as like the race would finish and they'd be talking about the next race coming up, I'd then be watching the race on the previous match that had already happened and sort of like sandwiching them in.
Yeah.
And you can catch up quite quickly like that. But all of that to say, are you aware? I know you're not stepped onto the grid yet, but are like you aware of the Sydney clip? Sydney, obviously she is now. But like, have you looked into that? Okay, these are the different race formats. They always follow this pattern, so it's going to be this, then this, then this, then this. And I kind of like, while the races themselves change, you always have your partner forward and your mirror and your ladder and like. Are you familiar with these terms?
Familiar with the terms.
To you? Like, what is he looking at?
Even, I mean, Sid can like vouch for me here. I could probably watch it a million times until I like do it. Like, I will literally be like, so what am I doing? Like, I did a High Rocks event, and until I was actually out there, I was with a partner, and I was like, where do we go next? And he's like, there's literally numbers like where are you to go? I'm like, all right, like until
and also High Rocks famously does not change.
No,
right, format.
It literally is the same.
It's like literally the same. And then even in like with CrossFit, when I go out, like I'll practice. Like my coach parent, she's always like, you and your mom, like you guys are just like there.
Unaware. We love them.
Yes. Like, but I will be fine. Sam's probably like, oh my God. No, like I'll be fine. I just have to like do it. Like I have to physically do it and kind of be there. Then it's like miraculous. I just know what I'm doing. It'll be 2 seconds before I go. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm standing. And then I'll just know. I'll be fine.
We'll do great. We'll do great.
And then the race is over and you're like,
and then, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. How did I don't know how I got here, but I did.
Amazing. And I'm sweating. So I'm nice. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be entertaining. Nothing else.
Sydney, that you have watched a little bit more. Is there something you're particularly like looking forward to trying, or a format of the race that you thought was quite interesting?
I like the strength ladders. I'm excited for some of those. Depending on what it is, though. Yeah. I don't love squatting, but I can do it. And I think the ringer points are really fun. I like watching those. Like, even if like I'm not going to do them, like just watching someone else do it is so cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one that I feel so bad for whoever has to go out there and do it.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
It's the only one where you've got nowhere to hide. You can't blame anyone but yourself. I just feel I'd feel so much pressure like on me for the team. But that's why I'm this side of the grid. I'm chatting to people and not picking up the heavy stuff side. That's been my strategy. It's worked pretty well for me. So it's interesting. Okay, so you're looking ahead. Without revealing secrets, what is the team doing like now? Because again, you've kind of got a team already formed. You're already doing something. Like what's happening before the practice or practices already? I mean, you're already getting drills, things like that. Like what's going on? What's it like to be a New York Wolf in September of 2025?
A lot of misspelling how.
Oh my gosh. We do have a group chat, and we were talking about like hashtags, and everyone they were talking about howling, and everyone kept spelling howling wrong. And me being the teacher I am, I was like, no guys, that's wrong. They were gonna like do this hashtag. I was like, you can't put a hashtag out with it spelled wrong.
I mean, the problem is you can. You absolutely can do that, but people will notice.
Sorry, I'm putting in my resignation. I can't be on a team with incorrect spelling.
I obviously won't say who, but the one player was like, what do wolves do?
Bark?
Bark? I was like, howl.
I think they howl.
Well, what is a howl if not a high-pitched bark? There we go.
That's one my
a long bark, a drawn-out bark. I don't know.
No, but where we're at,
You're a
ahead,
scientist, and you should know that they're all related. They're all the same. Sorry, McKayla, cut you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was gonna say that's pretty, I mean, that, and we were going off on how cool the our like one sponsor is for the merch. It looks pretty cool. So that's really it. We haven't had like nothing crazy yet.
Yeah, I think kind of just soaking in, like the signing announcements are still coming out.
Yeah.
We're kind of soaking that in and the excitement of it all. And then I would imagine probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll start getting, just like some individual like stuff like, and, I talked to Sam, he already said this. He's like, you guys all are the athletes you are because you've been training a certain way. So like right now you don't need to change anything with what you're doing. Like keep doing what you're doing. And like we'll start to sprinkle some stuff in. So, nothing too crazy, but I take CrossFit class most days, and either before class, after class, I'll just kind of throw in some EMOM type stuff, like just keep the skills fresh. But I'm sure Lexi's gonna, fingers crossed, she'll start giving us some stuff soon.
Are there certain skills that you're like playing around with already, just because they're going to show up, even though they probably don't show up in the majority of your CrossFit classes?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'll like go like just from watching the matches, like I've seen the stuff that comes up there, and like any of the stuff I'm like, ooh, maybe I could do that. So I'll kind of like play around with some of the stuff a little bit and figure out like, could I do this on the grid potentially? Like, do I need to practice it? Is it way out of reach? Like I see some of the stuff that people do on the rings and I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that out on the grid like 8 months from now. So we're not even going to waste our time on that.
No, you're a utility player. You don't like, if they're expecting you to do like the backwards roll to support stuff like that, then that's a bodyweight specialist. You should be fine.
You never know.
Yeah, well,
us wolves, we got some tricks up our sleeves.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I just think that's a lot of body to get spinning.
You'd be surprised. That's all I'll say. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. So, have you seen? Do you know Arthur on the Palms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The other, I mean, if you don't know him, just look up. He's the tall guy that's there. So he's also. It's always fun to see him sort of doing the gymnastic stuff. He does like the rope climb, and he's just at the top in 2 pools is kind of frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, so I'll be looking at sort of like similar kind of being impressed by you of like, actually, didn't expect that from her. That's good. Yeah, I'm thinking like the triple touches, things like that, where you're kind of doing your toes to bar, chest to bar, muscle up, stuff like that you're just isn't really showing. I mean, they've shown up like in the odd kind of CrossFit competition here and there. They'll have thrown out like a gymnastics complex, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
The other thing is obviously you've done quite a bit of team stuff within events, and obviously it's a lot of synchro, like when you're it's like synchro muscle ups or synchro chest to bar, stuff like that. How do you think you'll get on with like the waterfalling, the kind of?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm excited to learn more about that because I've watched them do that, and like the matches I've watched, the commentators do a pretty good job of like kind of explaining as they go, like this is what they're doing right now. So I think watching some matches has helped me a little bit, like see how they do the timing. And I'm like, oh, like, it's something cool. Like prior to doing team CrossFit, like I'd never done synchro stuff. And then you learn over time, like certain techniques to time yourselves up. So I think it's just another one of those things. It's a skill you acquire over time, is learning the rhythm of like, okay, how do we waterfall? Like when this person is moving this way, I need to be doing this. So I'm excited to learn that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, good. It seems like you got a plan, which is good. I think it's good. Have you like started planning celebrations, things like that? Like, this is what we're going to do when we run a race. This is what we're going to. I mean, are you going to all be like howling down? You've seen the sharks. The shark. Like McKayla knows a lot of the sharks. They've got the whole fins up thing. Have you seen that yet? So are we going to see things like that? I mean, you've talked about the sponsor for like some of the kit. This year we saw a number of teams that had like 2 uniforms. Kind of almost. Yeah, they had like a quick change. Yeah, well, double head. For the double header, they had a second uniform. So that was nice. So are these the kind of things that are being thought about already, or is that am I just running way too far down the grid at this point?
I'm sure they'll come up in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I feel like we have a pretty outgoing team, so it'll come to fruition naturally.
I'm super excited to meet everyone because like honestly, I feel like I'm more excited about the athlete announcements. Like
I know, or like because
like I'm like getting to see all these people. I'm like, okay, who's my next teammate? Who's like it's so exciting for us.
So I wanted to ask about that. So do you not know, like, do you know everyone who has been signed so far, or you don't know?
I mean,
when are you learning?
Like our group chat, but
group chat
other than, I mean, I know a few of them. Like I know a few of them personally, but like I didn't even know like that they were doing it. So it's kind of, it's like once we got into a group chat and like got everyone's names there, like we genuinely had no idea like who was going to be on, which is kind of cool. So it's the same thing. Like even with the podcast I had, one of the guys, he was like, so who is it? Since like, I don't even know. And I was like, so that was kind of fun. Like Jordan, I used to weightlift with her. I had no idea she was going to be on the Wolves until they announced her. And I was like, I didn't say any. I just like messaged her and I was like, guess we'll see a lot of each other this year. And she was like, no way. So like we had like no idea.
So are there people in the group chat that haven't yet been announced, or are they getting added to the group chat as they're announced?
No, there's people in the group chat that haven't been
announced. In the group chat that haven't yet been announced. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to tell us any of those names?
No, that's not our place.
All right. I had to ask.
We got some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will there be any names that I might know? You don't know me.
I don't know what you know.
How long I've been following. But do you think, oh, you might have seen this person crop up or that person crop up?
It depends how long you've been following Grid, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great answer though. That's good. Yeah. Well, that was because I guess that's the two big routes into knowing somebody, right? It's either going to be, potentially you're going to know somebody because they've been on the grid before, maybe for another team, or potentially you'll know someone because, they've been like well known at CrossFit events or at least semi-final sort of events, something like that. Like, oh, okay, I know those names. So I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see, or I'll wait for Sam to text me some names.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the way. I mean, I got to know about you guys in advance, which was nice. I appreciated that. So because it let us set this up, which was good. Anything else I need to ask? Let me see. Well, how it feels about the Wolves, Spaghetti and Meatballs. We've covered that. Your history with Grid, goals. I mean, so obviously you're all well. McKayla has told us she is the most competitive person we're ever going to meet. That's
I might be more. We're both.
You're more.
We're both pretty competitive. Yeah.
Now you're being competitive about who is more competitive. That's the level we're at. Obviously, you never go out to lose. Like that's not the plan, right? But coming in with a brand new team, for you, what is a win this coming season? Like what do you want? What would you be happy with? Like saying, if we achieve this in our rookie season, I will take that as a win. And is that only winning the championship, or is there a level before that where you'd be like, hey, if we can get to this point, that's a pretty, that's impressive for a rookie team.
Me standing in the right spot.
That would be a win. True. No, I mean, there's so many really talented teams and talented athletes. So, I mean, yes, winning a championship would be amazing, but I'm much more I'm a very realistic person. So I don't want to base the success on our team of whether or not we win a championship, because like you mentioned earlier, Jason, you can't control the fitness and the level of experience that all these other teams have. So yes, obviously we're going to compare ourselves to other teams, and that's going to help push us to be better. But our actual like record at the end of the season, or like, how many matches we win or lose, I don't think that's going to dictate the level of success of the team. Like the fact that we're putting together a team in, the New England area that's never really had a grid team in a while. Just the fact that we're putting a team out there, and like you said, the Wolves have this social media presence already. Like we're already winning in my eyes. Like this team is a success. And I think just getting out on that floor, that grid, will be a success.
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy to hear that, because I think it is incredible what's being put together already. And I don't know, I don't know either of you. I don't know like the players that have already been announced. Now I'm following everyone on Instagram, and I'm sort of, stalking their profiles as you do, as is perfectly normal. It's not checking up on these people. But it's just been interesting already to kind of see all of this, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the jerseys, everybody on the grid, how that works. Here he is. Like we've been talking about this guy, Arthur. Arthur, how tall are you? That's a really important question that we need to have answered, because I couldn't remember. So hopefully he'll tell us that. But no, I'm hopefully good things. Yeah, I don't know if there's a delay maybe on his thing. Anyway,
you need to know your height.
He's 6'5". 6'5".
My dad's 6'3", and I feel like he's not that tall. My dad.
Yeah.
Your dad is tall.
I know, but he's just like my dad. So.
McKayla's the second tallest in her family. Her mom and sister are even shorter than she is.
I'm average though. I'm 5'4" almost.
That's a lie.
What's funny is I'm always talking about how I'm short. Like I've always said that. I've never kind of claimed to be tall or even like medium height. I'm like, I'm short. That's fine. I've lived with this my whole life. And I flew all the way to Florida to go and watch Grid League live for the first time ever. Finally got there. I'd had like 26 hours of travel to get there that day, a few hours of sleep. I went to the venue to sort of help see the setup and meet people. And Briley, Arthur, your coach, the very first thing she said to me is, "Wow, you're shorter than I thought." And I was like, "I've told you I'm short. I've said this the whole time." Lauren's husband is 6'5", but he's like 255.
My dad's like 252, and I don't think he's that big. Everyone's like, "Your dad is massive." I'm like, "No, he's not."
Is that because maybe he's always been tall for you? Because
I think
you knew him when you were little, and then like as you've grown.
Dad, and like I don't think like everyone is so intimidated. I'm like, he's literally a teddy bear. Like my mom scares me more, and she's 11. Like she's frightening.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you say? You were sitting 5'11"? Did you say?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so, which is you're still. I mean, this guy is he's. Let's be honest, he's a freak on the grid. He towers above everyone. There's no other way to say it. But I think 5'11", you are still going to be considerably taller on the grid. So that'll be nice. We'll enjoy watching that. Okay, so that's your goals. We've explored your history with the Grid League. We've even speculated on whether or not there's another team. That's my big speculation at the moment. We've got to meet a lot of the Pawlak family in the chat. That was fun. And I also saw like Fico's just there hiding away. Huh? Championship team coach Fico Gomez. There we are. Oh, Arthur's met you, or at least he's seen you in person. That's a bit. Did you know that? Did you know he's seen you in person? Or is that just a weird thing to find out?
No, well, that surprised me. Well, okay, so I go to a lot of CrossFit events, and like in my head, like it's honestly hard to keep straight sometimes. Like a lot of times I'll see people and I'm like, I know you from somewhere, but I don't know what. So I'm gonna smile and wave. Oh, at the Masters games. Okay, cool.
There we go.
Actually, yes.
I was going to say he was there.
I'm like, okay, yep, now that adds up. But I'm like, oh, what do I know you from? But I don't want to be awkward and ask. So I'm just like, hey, how are you?
Like, I don't know you. I know your Instagram.
I know you. I know your Instagram.
That's the worst thing is when you know people by their name on Instagram and it's not their name.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't really remember what your actual name is. I just know
How was your family vacation? Look fun.
Yeah. But hey, that's the fun, social media life we live. I mean, McKayla, you're a master on social media anyway. I've seen your reels. I've seen you. Yeah, I'm not buying a house, and I'm definitely not buying a house.
I'm really
in the
surprised
States,
McKayla
and
hasn't
yet
tried to plug her real estate so far in this podcast.
I think I said I was a real estate agent within the first 10 seconds.
I think I said it in your intro. So
yeah.
No,
I definitely have. You're just so like immune to it now.
Yeah.
There's not one point that I don't tell people I'm a real estate agent. I'm like, even if you're not in the state, I can still help you buy real estate. I'll find you an agent somewhere else.
Yeah. You'll be like, see, Jason, you flew all of that way to go and watch Grid. Wouldn't it have been nicer if when you arrived, you had a property that you can stay in?
Oh, yeah. No, I will literally always mention that I'm a real estate agent.
Okay, final thing then before we wrap this all up, just to know a little bit about something about yourselves. So obviously being a real estate agent, that's a big thing for you. Looking on your Instagram, I love that you're blending the two things together. So it's not like, because even this whole thing kind of came about because I split my Instagram because I didn't want like people that I knew in the real world to be going to me, why are you always talking about CrossFit? So that was sort of why I ended up having a CrossFit Instagram that then became this channel and all of this sort of stuff. Grab that. You've not done that. You're like, you want to buy a house? Great. Watch me lift this barbell. You have to enjoy these two things. Yeah. What do people think about that? Like, are you considered like a really, fit real estate agent and that's unusual, or is that the norm? I don't know.
No, it's definitely not the norm. I mean, there's a few real estate agents in the CrossFit space. I think I can probably count them on less than 5 fingers. And none of which I don't think that are in my area. So when I started real estate, I knew I wanted like houses sell themselves, right? Like, I mean, I'm obviously going to tell people the information about them, but a house is going to sell itself. You're going to like the house or you're not. So in real estate, I'm selling myself, right? Like I'm selling my personality, who I am, and like my brand. So like, if you don't like me and you don't like that I do CrossFit and now I do Grid and I do weddings and I'm just like a bubble of energy and this is my personality, then you probably don't want to work with me. So I just am who I am and I don't really care what anyone thinks. So that's that. And most of my clients, when they if they're not already following me, like they start following me and they love it. They're like, we love watching your comps. We love seeing all this. We love that your family does it. And they're like, they just know, they're like, well, we know that McKayla will help us move our couch. I've gotten a lot of clients through Instagram too. Like I had someone email me the other night. They were like, hey, we're interviewing agents. We found your Instagram and we looked up your reviews and like, we want to use you. So like your vibe attracts your tribe. And I believe that for like anything, like just how the energy that you're putting out is what you're going to get back in. So like the clients for the most part that I work with, it doesn't bother them. And if it does, then I don't want to work with you.
Yeah, you want people that goes, I don't trust anyone who can't squat below parallel.
So yeah.
Then I don't trust them selling my house. I think maybe Arthur's looking for a place. So there you go. You have a.
Oh, no problem. Big, nice pole barn. We'll got you. No problem. We'll have fun. I also like, I don't know. Well, Sid, you were at my closing. She was like my little.
Yes, I went to go visit McKayla this summer because I'm a teacher. So I was off for the summer and I went to go stay with her. And I was like, take me with you. Like, I don't want to change your work schedule. Like, so I got to like follow her around and be her little assistant for the week.
Yeah.
See, she's always organizing your stuff, even your work that you're
yes.
doing is coming and going,
Absolutely.
oh, actually,
She tried to convince me to move down there and be her full-time assistant.
I was like, you should.
I bet she's like, I can find you a property. It's fine.
She can just live with me. I was like, I'll make sure you're busy. You don't need to teach anymore. I was trying to get her a job with real estate. I was like, please work for me.
Well, let's talk about teaching for a second. How old are your students?
I teach 6th grade, so my students are like 11 and 12 years old.
Okay, it's like my son's age, so that's good. I'm locked in on that then. That's fine. Do they know what you do outside of the classroom?
Yeah, kind of. So most teachers keep their social media very like private and hidden, so the kids can't see it, because kids, especially at this age, they're good at social media and they're super nosy. But I don't keep my social media private. And
get that sponsorship somehow, haven't you?
So yeah, a lot of the times, like, we just started a new school year, but like, especially like my students last year knew, and some of the kids I have this year already, they're like, Miss Pawlak, I found your YouTube channel. And it's like, it's literally just all like online qualifier workouts that I have posted on there. Or like, be like, Miss Pawlak, I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw your video, you working out. And like, I love that, because like, I think it's great for kids to see. Like, I obviously am passionate about fitness and what I do. So I don't want that to be a secret from the kids. Like, and it's a big part of my life. And I always ask the kids about their lives. Like, they like to tell me about football, and like the kids that do dance, like they like to tell me about their life. So I tell them about mine. So I am like, I do tell the kids a lot about what I do. I don't think they realize, that I'm good at what I do. I think they just think it's cool. Like, oh yeah, she lifts weights. But I'm excited once some more grid stuff starts rolling out. If the kids end up seeing that, it'll be like, oh wow, my teacher's pretty cool.
Yeah. that will hit different, because of, you're in a uniform, you're in a team.
Yes.
The whole kind of just atmosphere around a grid match. The reels that get clipped together are very professional looking. Yeah. It'll just be another level when they see that. I think as well, like, I mean, not to disparage any of your coworkers, who I'm sure are all lovely people and helping to shape the future, but I imagine a lot of teachers want to keep like their social media private and what they're doing private, because probably they don't want to get called out by the students that, like,
right.
I mean, I'm thinking like back when I was at school, like all the teachers, it would, I don't smoke. I never smoked. I'm, been always relatively healthy, but I'm thinking of like the students I knew at school when they were 15, 16 that were smoking, getting caught by teachers and, disciplined for that. And then would go and see the teacher smoking. And it's that kind of like, oh, you're doing the thing that you're telling me I can't do that. And then you're doing it. So plus it helped keep them in check. Yeah.
I had a kid last year who, like, he followed my fitness stuff quite a bit, and he would misbehave, and I was like, I can bench press you. And it keeps them in line.
Yeah. They don't mess with Miss Pawlak.
But definitely, like, teachers are such an important role model in students' lives. We do have to be very aware of what it is that we're posting, and that because the students will reflect that. They'll mirror what they see from people who are role models to them. So I am very aware and diligent of what I am and am not posting on social media.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Just curious. I'm just curious how, it's the fun thing of like, you're both incredible athletes. You're going to be part of this team, but unfortunately at the moment, grid isn't paying the massive like NFL salaries. So you are still, living life, doing other things. And it's nice that for both of you, it seems that you've found a way to kind of combine the two things, that they're not so separate of like, okay, this is my work thing and then this is my exercise stuff, and never shall the two meet. It's like, even as a teacher, you're right. It's a great, I mean, especially as a science teacher, like biology and health and just how all of this is benefiting you. It's, like a living example then of, this is how we stay young forever.
Absolutely. And it helps too. Like, this is like a pro teacher trick. If you make the kids like if they're like super rambunctious, I'll have them like do like a 2-minute workout, and then they're out of breath and they stop talking. It's great.
Yeah, if you can't breathe, you can't talk. There we go. Okay, final thing then. Arthur's asking a question. Have either of you ran a grid race in practice or in combines? If so, which one and how did it go?
I don't know if McKayla did any of the combine.
I'm also like on the men right now. I'm dealing with a slap tear shoulder thing. So I just put a snatch over my head for the first time in like 2 months the other day.
Okay.
So I haven't really done much except for the squats.
Yeah. So to answer that question for you, Arthur, on McKayla, she says she's special. They know how strong she is. She doesn't need to prove it. She'll prove it on the grid.
Prove it on the grid.
I did almost all of the combines.
I knew you were going to say almost all of them. I was just waiting for that. You did extra credit, didn't you? You said, "Oh, I finished all the combines. Are there any extras? I can do those as well."
Yeah, that sounds about right. Which ones that we did a whole bunch of tests. I don't know like how much. Well, I guess I'm signed to the Wolves now. So it's originally I had like done some combine type stuff and posted it, and Sam messaged me. He was like, "Hey, like, you know, make sure, like, I'm a little nervous about the other team seeing this." I was like, "I'm not gonna sign with any other teams. Don't you worry."
Oh, is that why he was nervous? Because he was scared they were going to poach you?
I don't know. But yeah, so I like the aerials were super fun. I did I did that one, and then like the heavy, we did 10 hang cleans at 140.
Oh,
and I love that one. Like, so I think I do fit the role of utility player because I could do a lot. Oh no, he said hold up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the aerials. I think he's going to circle back to you being 5'11" and then saying, "Sorry, you did the aerials."
Gymnasty. She's so good.
5'11" aerials. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They are on my Instagram. It's not a total secret. I've posted some stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of tricks up my sleeve.
Okay. I know you are. You're predictable. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to let Sydney unlock the classroom door and leave and actually get to go home and enjoy life. And McKayla's probably got like 7 properties she needs to get rid of. She's got clients like
always
knocking the door down. But I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you on the grid. Maybe we'll even catch up before that because that's still quite a way away. It's incredible, like how early. So maybe, you know, once you've all met up, actually, that would be nice to hear about the first encounter when you actually get the whole pack together.
Yeah.
I know
the social media thing should be easy, being the Wolves. Like it just lends itself as a
so
team.
Much stuff with it. Yeah. I think I might be biased, but I think we have like the coolest name.
Wait, okay, really quick side story and then we'll be done. I'm so excited to have like a cool mascot. The Wolves are awesome because I grew up, my high school growing up, we got voted like the worst mascot. We're the Sammys and the Susies. Like literally our mascot is a guy named Sammy and a girl named Susie. It's the worst mascot ever. So I'm so excited to have a cool mascot.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So we've been here for over an hour. It's not our fault you were late. Go back and watch the beginning. Yeah, it's 9:15 for me. Which is fine. I'm not an elite athlete. I don't go to bed at 8 o'clock. Don't worry about it, guys.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Don't say that, Sam. That's not true. They do. They as soon as they signed, they said early to bed. And,
yep. 9 hours every night for sure.
Yeah. Good. Well done. Yeah. And also because you're tall, you need extra sleep.
Yeah.
It's just more, you know, takes longer for the sleep to reach the brain, I guess. I don't know. Science, right? Okay. Well, all the best in your training, especially now we've heard that McKayla's got an injury. So hopefully that's going to recover.
And we're doing good. I put 160 overhead in a power. We're fine.
Oh, is there anything we will see you at between now and then? Because it's quite a while away. So are you signed up for any upcoming events, competitions, something that people can be like, oh, if I want to kind of scout them out a little bit, see what they're doing, I could check out this event?
If you want to see what a terrible swimmer I am at, I will be at Fight for the Fittest again this year.
I was going to ask Sid if we had to swim again.
We do.
Can you call the swimming again?
I think you should speak to Sam about this and say, I want my Wolves exemption card. That means that we don't have to swim. And
it's like, okay, we'll talk. We'll compromise. How about you just do a little bit?
I'll be fine. I just have
I'm trying to get McKayla to be on my Fight for the Fittest.
Yeah. So potentially that, Spaghetti and Meatball again. And then I'm doing the qualifiers for Fittest of the Coast and Wadapalooza, Miami.
Now, I'm just gonna that's great. Good events. One is on the coast. I'm assuming there's some swimming.
There was swimming last year.
One is Wadapalooza. I'm assuming there's probably some swimming. Historically, there is. So that is an interesting. I think you need to go Fittest in the desert or something. Go somewhere where there's absolutely no chance.
It's just not pretty. It's just I will. Done is better than perfect. That's how my swimming is. You'll see me hanging on a buoy if it's in the open water.
Yeah. Swimming exemption. That's what we need.
He knows I can't swim.
You can swim.
I can. I just
Oh yeah, McKayla, you can borrow my snorkel goggles.
I'm not terrible anymore. The issue is I definitely, when I get to the pool, I make friends with the lifeguard and I tell them, please watch me. My name is McKayla. You're going to need to pull me out of the water. And when we were in South Carolina, and luckily the pool, they allowed us to stand if we needed to. I didn't have to. But when I went to the one side to go on the wall before going, the lifeguard just looked at me and I was like, I'm okay. And then I just floated back.
You good, bro? Yeah, I'm good.
Just stay right there just in case.
Yeah, you don't have to get wet yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Maybe. No. That's good. I think though with all of these things, it's relative, isn't it? Because actually, if we just go out and grab a random person and throw them in and go swim this event, they're going to struggle probably a lot more than you. Yeah. You're comparing yourself to the better swimmers at these events.
Looking like fish
and it's like that with everything, right? Like as soon as you start doing CrossFit, you forget because you're so used to going to class and there's all these people that are good, and even those that are the worst in the class at something
in the fittest
are still probably much fitter than the people that you bump into on the road as you're walking down. So sometimes we just need to recalibrate a bit our thing. So I'm sure McKayla is actually a very accomplished swimmer. Just at least you've got
do it.
I think it's the base level fitness that you have my go-to for this is I'm not a runner. I'm short. I'm not a runner. I've never been a runner. And then COVID hit and all the gyms got closed down. And the only thing we were allowed to do was run. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to go and run now. And I was like, well, what do people run? Oh, 5K, right? That's the usual starting point. So my first run was a 5K. And there was no point of I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. It was just, this is probably going to take a long time. But you just got that base level. And the only time I ran was in doing CrossFit, and so it would be doing 400 meters a couple of times in a workout, or maybe even an 800, a mile now and again, right? That's like Murph or something like that. But you've got that. So I think even with the swimming, swimming's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got the base level of fitness, even if your technique isn't amazing, you can pull yourself through. We believe in you, McKayla. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. I'm
going to phone the lifeguard and tell him, you know what? Take the day off.
I'm setting this expectation super low that if you saw me swim, you'd be like, oh.
Oh, she's okay. Yeah.
Like she can do. She's just like, I'm just comparing myself to like people that are like, even if you're not swimmers, but if you've been doing swim events for at least 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to be a better swimmer than me. I'm not looking at a swim event anymore going like fearful, begging Sydney to swim for me. I'll be like, all right, I can do it.
I'm not going to like it, but I can do it.
Like it. Please don't expect to win, but I'll
give it a go
on and risk my hair for it. It's fine.
That's the real reason. Now it's come out. She's fine. She's an amazing swimmer. She just doesn't want to risk her hair.
I don't want to ruin my hair.
Well, once I end this call, I'll quickly call Mava and see if there's any way we can get a swim ringer point or something added to the grid. I really think it would spice things up a little bit. So we'll see if that's a possibility. They'll bring out like a little bathtub or something. That's what we need. Just one quadrant of the grid has like a paddling pool.
You can do a paddle.
It's about what they can manage. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. All the best with those upcoming events, competitions, meeting new teammates, finally being able to maybe talk about teammates you do know about that you're not allowed to talk about. So well done for keeping secrets. That's never easy or fun. And yeah, have a great end of 2025 leading into the it's only September. This is insane. What are we doing talking about the 2026 season? Oh, Sam, you're just too organized. All right. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being in the chat. The majority of the Pawlak family appreciate your presence. If you want to come back for future shows, I'd love that. That's really nice. You seem like a good group. Next week, at least one of the breakers will be on the show. And I think I'm organizing something with the bandits as well. So more grid stuff is coming. Don't worry. Even if the season is still, a ways off. Thank you again to Sydney. Thank you, McKayla. And thank you to,
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you for coming on.